Koftas or meatballs are simmered in a spicy gravy with potatoes. It's then covered with semi-cooked basmati rice, covered with fried onions and nuts, and steamed in the oven. I've made a lot of different types of biryanis on my channel, but today we're going to be making a kofta biryani. This recipe is absolutely delicious. Little kofta balls made out of ground beef or mutton are cooked together, and then it's layered with a layer of basmati rice and all of the aromatics, and it is absolutely delicious. Before I go any further with this recipe, do make sure you subscribe to my channel and make sure to ring that bell so you're notified every time I upload a new video. Now let's get cooking. I'm going to start with soaking the basmati rice. I have 2 cups of rice here and I will soak it for at least 30 minutes. I'm also going to blanch some tomatoes and I'm going to puree them. I have 1 pound of lean ground beef here. Of course, you can also add lamb or mutton. Add 1 teaspoon of garam masala, a half teaspoon of red chili powder, a half teaspoon of turmeric powder, and a half teaspoon of cumin powder. I'm also going to add a 1/4 cup of finely minced onion and 1 tablespoon of minced green chili. Add 1 teaspoon of ginger and garlic paste, a teaspoon of crushed black pepper, and I'm also going to add salt to taste. Next, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of chopped coriander, 1 tablespoon of chopped fresh mint, and to bind everything together, I'm going to add 1 beaten egg. Now this is optional, but I like to add 1 tablespoon of semolina. I like to soak it in water and then I like to wring out all the water. What this will do is absorb all of the juices as the meatballs cook and make it sturdier. This is similar to adding breadcrumbs, but you can totally leave it out if you would like these to be gluten-free. Mix this well together, making sure that all of the ingredients are well incorporated, and it's always a good idea to fry off a small piece to make sure the seasoning is perfect. Now I'm going to form these into small golf-sized kofta or meatballs. To cook these, I'm going to add a half cup of oil. You can use regular oil if you like, but I like to use the oil I previously fried onions in, so it's super fragrant. Now I'm going to start adding the meatballs. Now I likely should not overcrowd this, but I only have a few left, so what the hell. Once these get a nice color at the bottom, I will gently move these around. The goal is to just get a nice overall coloring. It has plenty of time to cook through later. These are now sturdy and they have a good color, so I'm going to remove them. As an alternative, you can cook these by deep frying, you can air fry them, or you can bake them in the oven. In the residual oil, I'm going to add 1 cup of diced onion, I'm going to follow this with 2 tablespoons of sliced green chilies and 1 teaspoon of ginger and garlic paste. I'm going to mix this well, picking up all of that caked on flavor from the pan. Next, I'm going to add in 1 cup of fried onions. Fried onions give a great depth of flavor, not just to the gravy, but they will also be used to garnish the biryani later. And the oil that I reserved that I spoke about earlier is incredibly fragrant in a biryani. Now I'm going to add some spice powders. Add in a half teaspoon of cumin powder, 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, a half teaspoon of turmeric, and 1 teaspoon of garam masala. salt to taste, and 1 teaspoon of crushed pepper. Mix this, and before the spices start to burn, I'm going to quickly add in 2 cups of pureed tomatoes. These are the tomatoes I blanched and pureed earlier. Put a lid on to protect yourself from getting splattered, and I'm going to add in 2 cups of water and mix it. Taste for salt, and I'm also going to throw in a 1/4 cup of mint and coriander leaves. I'm going to gently nestle in my koftas, and I'm going to add any liquid that came out of the meatballs as they rested, as this is pure flavor. I'm also going to add in 10 small potatoes. These are roughly the same size of the meatballs, and they weigh 400 grams. This is roughly 14 ounces. If you can't find small potatoes, you can just use regular potatoes. These potatoes were half cooked, and they will finish cooking in the gravy. Now cover this and allow it to cook. We want to cook these on a low flame for 15 to 20 minutes so the gravy can reduce down by half. After this cook time, the gravy is the perfect consistency, so I'm going to start cooking the rice. Heat some water and add salt to taste. I'm also going to add half a cup of mixed whole spices. I have some star anise, black and green cardamoms, cloves, and cinnamon. I'm going to throw in 1 green chili, and I'm also going to throw in 3 bay leaves. Now I'm going to add the pre-soaked rice. I also rinse the grains a few times to get rid of the starch. Put a lid on and allow this to boil for 10 to 15 minutes till the rice is half cooked. Once half cooked, drain all the water. Before I layer on the rice, I'm just going to add some more mint and coriander leaves. Add all of the rice in a single layer. I'm going to follow this with a 1/4 cup of melted ghee. I'm also going to add half a cup of warm milk that I just infused with some saffron strands. Add a sprinkling of powder food coloring. This is very typical in a biryani, but it's optional if you wish to not use food coloring. I'm topping this with 1 cup of fried onions and half a cup of almonds and cashew nuts that I fried in the same oil. Follow me on Instagram for some great recipes and behind the scenes footage. For a good seal, I like to cover this with foil and a heavy lid, and now I'm going to bake this in my preheated 350-degree oven. I'm going to cook this for about 20 to 30 minutes till it's done, and this is absolutely delicious and ready to eat. Enjoy. Thank you so much for joining me on Cravings with Adventures. I hope you enjoyed this super delicious and easy recipe for Kofta Biriyani, and I hope that you make it in your own home. If you do make it, leave me a comment, let me know how you liked it, and also let me know what other videos you would like to see. If you love my recipes, share them with your family and friends so they can enjoy it as well. And don't forget, ring the bell so you're notified every time I upload a new video. And be sure to follow me behind the scenes on all of my social channels. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter. Until I see you next time, do take care, happy eating, bye!